Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Manas. We've had a lot of their music off screen.
Off screen, yeah.
Fuck me.
It's the song choices, they're so hard. There's nothing easy about that singing phrase.
Interesting.
Literally
oh my god, we're not even
nothing.
halfway.
No,
the
this
interesting
is
thing,
so exciting.
Interesting thing is that there is such a wide variety of already recognized talent, right? Because they're part of ginormous bands and they're very famous and successful. But there's so much individuality apart from their success in their bands. And this is what I feel one of the lessons I think we should definitely take in the future in the Western market when we do bands. I mean, not we, I just mean in general, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's like allow them to also be soloists without them having to
Disband.
Yeah, because that was one of the things I feel like One Direction, right? They were awesome together. But why not allow them to still be the Harry Styles, the Zayn, the Niall Horan, amazing music they're making while they're still together.
Yeah.
It's just some may argue they had to actually go through the difficulties and the actual process
to
of
find the sounds that they resonate
leaving
with. Yes.
pop behind and becoming whatever they want to become, right?
Yeah.
But I feel there's obviously ways.
I was gonna say this is so encouraging to watch. Actually, one of the things that drove me into and trying to understand K-pop a bit more, like the Korean music industry, it was because I didn't understand how these guys that were in bands, like, you know, already making money and with a name already, making their solo albums and, you know, promoting them globally just as much. That to me was like such a brain
At the beginning, it was very, very
effing
difficult
moment.
to understand.
Like to me, it was like, what? That doesn't make sense to me because obviously we grew up in the generation where boy bands and girl groups, whenever solo albums would come out, is because the band obviously disintegrated. And
pretty much,
yeah,
or like something behind the scenes was going on.
Exactly, and there was really nothing to recover from that. Like that was a fracture that could never be resealed, you know.
And it's such an important thing, such an important part of being a creator and having a bunch of creators in one specific concept
to allow explore,
them to then also be liberated to some extent.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that.
So
I think
it's
they're doing the right moves though. I think it's very clever on marketing and like.
Well, it's no wonder that
economically speaking wise too.
It's no wonder that like Korean pop at the moment is it's basically taking over the world.
Yeah.
You know, and it is the future. Like the future is now and is them.
I totally agree with that.
That's why I'm really, really interested in what can I learn, right? As a creator, as a rapper, as someone who aspires to understand that kind of world. What can I learn from them? Because I truly feel like they do a lot of things correctly. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
They do things that maybe I would do them differently. Maybe other parts in the world have proved that there's other ways. But the way they do it, as not only plenty of evidence, 20 years of proof that it works and the numbers are insane.
Yeah.
The connection between fans and the artist, it's unbelievable.
Never seen before.
And they're able to, that formula works.
Yeah,
and it's genuine.
And they're able to replicate it time after time after time. That to me, it's a very, very intricate, like little detail there.
The training system obviously fucking works.
Well, I think they cracked it. If you want a stable, long-lasting performer, you have to train it.
There's a lot of things that they do correctly, and
yeah.
I truly admire all these guys. It's unbelievable.
There's a common fact I'm watching in all these performances. Is the discipline.
Yes, absolutely.
They're pros.
100%.
They're not singers, bro. They're pro singers.
I said this about a year ago. They are revolutionizing
They are indeed.
I remember at the beginning someone said it to me. They send it to me often. It's like sometimes when they watch our videos, it's like I used to say, "These guys are dangerous," because they're changing slowly what we expect of artists. So the level's going up, right? Like
it's an exciting time though for the spectators,
Amazing.
for the musicians, for the people that are, you know, musically inclined and don't have anything to do with the industry. This is a very, very, very exciting time. Music in itself is gonna evolve to a point where live performances will be an experience that you will have to pay, like you would have to go through it because it's so life changing.
Yeah.
They're really doing something crazy. Anyways,
Good,
carrying
man.
on. Carrying on. This is amazing.
Super Junior.
Super
User.
Junior.
Oh, they had
I
like
love him. I love him. I love him so much. Ah!
Mario Whip.
Ah, he's ridiculously talented. It's unfair. Yeah. 괜찮아요.
Impact. First time.
Nice little detail there.
B-O-Y, boy.
It's magical. Infinite.
I love this song. Good cover.
Thanks, bro. Boy!
MJ from Astro.
Ah, so clean, so clear, so free.
Wow, dude. She was attractive.
And flying.
Yay! Bands now we recognize them for the first time.
Ooh. Jesus!
Wow, bro.
Oh my god!
Up 10 up, sure.
That guy's range is absolutely insane. That makes no sense.
I want to hear his version.
Up in here.
I cannot stand that song, but I would love to hear that version.
No sense. What?
Put it again.
I love that song.
I like this guy.
This
a
was
lot.
insane. He's good.
Hey, his range.
That
is-
could pass for a woman. Nobody would ever know. That range is insane. This feels like a warm hug.
That's so awesome.
I feel like I was gonna cry for a second.
I love that sets when they do things like that.
Oh, I thought key change, but no. This is such a great song. One of my favorite Shawn Mendes songs. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta watch that.
Oh my god.
Dude, Yu-chan.
Like a rock version of the song. Ooh! That is literally grabbing your heart, wrapping it around your fingers, and doing like this.
What
to
song
it.
is that? Why do I recognize
In
it?
My Blood by Shawn Mendes.
Oh, still that?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
The thing is that he's 10 ton up.
Yeah, he's a ton high. Let's say a ton higher. Oh my god, but it's just fantastic. Can I just say something? Usually vocal compilations get a bit irritating.
Sometimes, yeah.
You
Depends
know,
if they're just showcasing power
get
vocals.
a bit or irritating. I am enjoying this
is
so
awesome.
much. Like it's redonkulous how
Yeah, because
much I like it.
those lists, it's no fault of their own, right?
No,
because
no,
it's
no.
very difficult to actually showcase.
Yeah, 'cause that's what it is.
The extent of the
Their
ability of
talent.
a singer in
Exactly.
15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like a rank going on, right? Or maybe like just like a list like this
yeah,
one.
just a compilation.
So it's very difficult to then actually get a grasp on the actual fullness of resonance or tendencies. Or,
And like the modulation and stuff, the other things that they can do.
Yeah.
But this is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Woo!
Sorry.
He's good.
SF9, I've come across their music. Sorry.
That's okay.
CIX, let's go. Started my life. 36.
That's such a hard song. Yeah, he's amazing.
See, here you get a grasp of who he is.
Day 6 have some of the best vocalists, no lie.
They're a good
So
band.
that's the roast. They've got some pretty steady vocalists. New East, I love New East. They're having a comeback soon. I'm so excited.
Bring a Manchester United top.
See, the
roast.
roast, I told you. I think he's got such peculiar tonality. Oh, he's so good.
I mean, so
He
that's
sounds like that live.
Well, yeah, it's unbelievable,
That's
right?
nuts, because it sounds processed. It's like that Giveon effect. You
no,
think,
it's that V effect, man.
yeah.
Where
You feel like
feel
they're
like
being
he's got 12
filtered. Yeah, it's just so cool.
He's
I
got
love that.
plugins since he was born. Instead of vocal cords, he's got plugins in his fucking throat.
They just-
But that's a good example of what I'm talking about. Like, he's not a power vocal. At least that's not what he does. Right? He can maybe do power vocals, yes. But how he shines is because
His peculiarity.
his texture, right? That's what makes
yeah.
him, you know. But then if you just do like a 10-second riff of him, or just where he's just belting,
yeah.
you're like, I don't really know who he is. But
Yeah.
here, you're like, ooh, I want to know that. You know,
Me
it's a
too.
well, it's at least well done.
Oh, my heart is so good. I love you, babe. So bad. So bad. Alright, baby.
It's Australian.
He sounds Australian.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's good. He's so good.
you're dumb or you dumb.
Yeah, damn.
He's the guy that
Yeah.
did the
Let's show
Shawn
him
Mendes.
this cover.
I'm about.
Oh, This was
Copyright, we
great.
understand.
My God, all my
That's
praise
brilliant.
to this freaking channel. They did it right. I am so happy.
It's
I
such a
watched
wide
that.
variety of
I know.
names that may not we didn't know, you know.
Well, I didn't know majority of it. Like
Yeah, I think we only knew the first 10 maybe.
maybe a few others that we've heard of camera. But listen,
That's
this
awesome.
is so exciting. I love when we discover stuff like this.
You
This
know-
is so cool.
You know, something that I think a lot of you have noticed, and it's when those videos where they're like in the radio. So on those ones, they may not sound the best, right? They sound like it. You can really tell on the inconsistencies of certain notes and stuff like that, or maybe changes. They're more apparent when a key change happens or when a belt happens. That's why we really like try to
Emphasize how
the fact-
incredibly mind-blowing it is to
radio
get them
is
right.
the most unforgiving environment. The most.
I think it's the equalization of the microphones. They're not made for singing. Obviously, if you're a good singer, you can pull it off in any place. But if you're an outstanding, you don't even have to be good. You have to be like astronomical, right? But to understand the dynamics of a radio station, because it's equalized differently, it's processed
Speech.
differently. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
even terrible to rap on. It's
Yeah.
horrendous to rap on.
It's difficult. It's such a harsh environment. So exposing.
Yeah.
It's just so exposing.
That's why I always get nervous for my favorite
Yeah,
artists when they
because
take
they make-
radio.
Yeah, it makes you feel so vulnerable for them. Just because you understand the adversity of the environment, you know?
But I think nowadays, so many radio stations are taking that.
Better.
approach.
They're way better.
Yeah,
way
they're a
better.
lot better.
I mean, look at the Wish Boss. That's pretty much a radio environment, right? Wish Boss USA or Wish Boss Philippines.
Yeah.
But
But
still,
it's a-
like
it's a hard
BBC
environment.
radio, it's still so rough, man.
Yeah,
It's
and when you
tough.
and when you see performances that go so right,
Like
and
Harry
doesn't-
Styles one was unbelievable.
and you're like, Jesus, how did you do that?
And he still comes off sometimes, or still makes mistakes. And I like that. Obviously, it lets you know of the type of equalization they're using, mixing and processing. But then you compare it to a show, like the show where they have the funny masks, Father. That show has some of the best sound mixing
Engineering, yeah.
and processing
Yeah, but
in the world.
I saw one in BBC. Was this girl Kimbra?
Yeah, BBC Radio 1 does a really good job at it.
Amazing.
Still rough.
Still hard though,
Still-
still very exposing environment, but
Like
yeah,
you're getting no help.
yeah,
Which is
absolutely
good,
not.
right? That's good. That's fine. That's the game. But
For the artist, that's as from a point of view as a performer,
Yeah,
you're
so-
like,
because it's a
whoo.
platform where they actually showcase their skill.
Yeah.
Anyways,
nuts.
let us know your thoughts about it. And do remember you can support the podcast and reactions like this by getting your merchandise in the link in the description below.
Also, if you've got any more suggestions or any more compilations like this of any groups or any male or female, let
Always
us
welcome, man.
know, please.